Feminism is not African.
Over the top he goes.
What is it?
We'll just watch
It's
that
an
ball go out of play.
European concept.
Of
Ba manipulator basadi ba bantsho ba Africa.
Everyone here wearing green and gold.
Bomama Brigade family.
Every South African
European
family
agenda.
scattered around the country.
Because in the African family, they are centered around
Like
a
that.
father.
Patriarch.
No.
They are centered around patriarch.
Hey, man. Now, yeah, balance. And then, monna ke monna, mosadi ke mosadi. Mare,
Ranking was quite
European agenda through social media, internet, the movie, the series, but how change mentality ya basadi. Go basadi ba khona bona monna as motho o uses not as a figure that they were supposed to be.
Feminism is very important. Feminism is very important, and I hear your point. Gore feminism is a European concept and whatnot. But how feel gore e botlhokwa? Feminism e botlhokwa ke thank you. E botlhokwa. What it botlhokwa because patriarchy used to get away with a lot.
Feminism, but
Foster has gone wide.
Kerry,
He's made his way back into the
if there's
box.
something to ever going to restore dignity among women,
Kokazi was
it would talk. Not necessarily women disregarding men in their lives or whatever. So if there's something else other than feminism that's going to stand for women, other than feminism, I'm okay with it.
Matriarchy, Baba.
Gutierrez.
Matriarchal supremacy. My check is feminism only exists because patriarchy is there. Khana khosna patriarchy, nkebe khosna feminism.
You know that there were kingdoms that were led by women, and they still had husbands. Still
And then came okay.
There was still an
What if I
family structure? Feminism is destroying the ladies.
feminism is destroying?
An African family structure.
No, pause. The whole reason why feminism exists is because patriarchy is there. That's what I believe. If no was not patriarchy, would feminism be a thing? Because the feminists know you are the angry black woman and they have a right to be angry. In my head, listen to me. Sorry, cut. In my head, patriarchy is like a foot in the mouth for women. Hence, the women are angry. Hence, feminism exists. Men have too much power. They have too much free will. They're doing as they want. Feminism, the angry black woman is very important. She plays a very crucial role in this app. The reason why there's an angry black woman is because what? Because everybody, white people, men, they shit on black females, and then they turn around and say, angry black women. What caused the anger? Why are they angry? Why are the black women angry? Why are they angry?
First of all, definition here, feminism and how people try to like maneuver around it by misplacing anger on the other side. Anger is immediately towards GBV, rape,
but it's there.
but it's placed against all men. Feminism is we are against all men.
Not necessarily. It's not against all men. It's against. No. Which is why when women come up with things, they want like this. Like for example, me. Every time I post something about women or something that happens to men, there's always a man that will wanna come in and say, but men also go through this, but men also, but then at the same day, nigga, learn yourself, even though you're not patriarchal, you still benefit from patriarchy. Because you're a man.
Yeah, I mean,
you benefit from patriarchy, whether you're patriarchal or not. You understand? Do you understand where the anger is coming from? Already you are at an advantage just by being male.
okay.
Because patriarchy favors you.
Do you think women should lead
Of course.
families?
Women lead families on a daily. What do you mean?
No,
Women already are leading families.
Like no. See, wait for remember there was a video I watched. Damana Ari, the best way you can destroy a nation is by taking away men from their own families. That's why during like
they would take them into the cities to work, and then they would destroy the women
you know
and
what
the
I'm
kids.
saying?
Yeah.
And that's how they destroy the family that structure. If you make a man feel useless or be useless, like the thing of families,
But if the men are useless, then what must happen?
they are made to be useless.
Who's making them useless? That okay, that was then. No, Yana, no, listen. On that same topic, no, Yana. There are men that reside with their families on a daily, but they still choose to be useless and present.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not all of them, but
Yeah, but blame that on training, blame that on child, on
no,
upbringing, blame that
we're
on-
gonna blame the system until when?
not only the system, also producer shapo, also producer Banana
Banna by entitled, that's the problem.
feminism yetsa banna ba entitled so generalizer banna ba win. That's why the anger.
My
is
thing is, if it doesn't affect you, why should you be worried? Because when you know there are men that are useless, you know. So what is the problem then? Then it should not be an issue. Instead, you should be helping. You should be helping directing this anger towards where you want it to go.
Director, even though the anger is not necessarily mine.
Exactly. Because like why should I affect
I'm not the angry one.
my nigga? Listen. If the women are angry, so I agree that the anger should be directed towards GBV. If the women are angry at the GBV and when you know you don't abuse women, you know what are you doing about it? You're on the sidelines saying I'm not one of the niggas. The woman should not be angry at me. What are you doing about
There's
it?
other TikTok clip, popular that
Because
that
at the end of the day,
women for change.
yeah.
People are walking and then walking with women in support. I gotta give them in support then. In support. Musadena about I was Zikon is in jails. Oh, how is it?
Mara. That's the thing. This other lady was saying the other day, like, not every woman is a feminist. Like, people think just because you're angry, you're a woman, you relate automatically that makes you a feminist. That's not really true. She said you need to be informed. You need to know. Hey, I'm not denying there are some women that just feminism and then they run with it in the incorrect way. That is not what I'm saying. I know that there are women that just hate men in general, or men who hate their baby daddies and their father, and they project their anger onto each and every man alive. I know that's a thing, it's a fact. I'm not disputing that. My ask is, why would you say that? Because those people are supporting your movement. It's not gonna the people movement, and then the men were like, no, we also want the green. You also want the green movement is for men. In Nangaraki competition, like instead of men who are not abusing these women, working together with these women who are being abused to alleviate their problem. Now they want competition. They are also a green movement. Now, but and exactly. And this thing of fragile masculinity, it affects Abasadi more than it affects Taban. Yeah, because the women are the one who suffer. These very give pure contentment. These men that are triggered by anything and everything, it affects a woman. Affect Abasadi more. Because Bonahaba is Kopana and a foe, Bajudan, Bashimani Baiketan. But because you want approval, because you want Utoira.
You know the kind of feminism I support? Why you say movement there, women rights?
Over the defenders, big things.
Macho, women rights, women rights day. That kind of support, that kind of feminism I support. And if I check the pictures, that kind, but none of
No, that's why but to buy that's what thank you. As I was saying, this lady said, not every female is a feminist. When immediately you see an angry black woman, you're like, oh, feminist. No, you're in agenda, in the chaka, no, have a cream mandate, even myself, I don't feel like I'm informed enough to call myself a feminist. I don't think I qualify as a feminist, but I believe in matriarchal supremacy in my heart of hearts. In my heart of hearts, I believe in matriarchal supremacy. And in order for matriarchal supremacy to exist, there has to be feminism. Because without the feminism, how are we getting? Matriarchal supremacy for me is like there.